Good morning, Aurora. I'm Amir Rodriguez with your weather here, and it seems that tomorrow is going to be a bit chaotic. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. Tuesday, tomorrow, it appears that we're going to have a severe weather threat. What to expect is scattered, strong, severe storms, and those storms might produce from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., maybe as early as 8 a.m. All thunderstorms will produce lightning strikes, downpours will cause slow traffic, and gusty winds, so be careful of that. Stronger storms may produce damaging winds and a few brief tornadoes. What you should do is stay up to date with the forecast to see if there's any brief tornadoes or high damaging winds. Now, without further ado, let's get right into the next part. Additional details is that winds may gust up to 45 miles per hour this morning and afternoon, mainly east of I-55, and additionally strong winds will occur area-wide on Tuesday. An elevated threat for grass and brush fires exists east of the I-55 today. Be careful of that. Locally, heavy rainfall tonight may lead to instances of river rises and flooding on low-lying and flood-prone areas. So be careful if you're living in an area that's a little below, We're monitoring a threat for severe thunderstorms Tuesday morning, midday. So please keep up to date on where these storms are happening. And then starting today at northwest I-55, it's going to be windy and rainy. On southeast I-55, it's going to be cloudy, sunny, with the lowest point of 59 and the highest of 68. Night, we're having a windy, rainy day on locally heavy rainfall at the lowest point of 47 and the highest 50. Tuesday, we're going to have a strong thunderstorm, being windy and severe storms possible. Lowest is 51 and the highest 60. Tuesday night, it's going to stop raining and it's just going to be cloudy and a bit breezy. The lowest being 25 and the highest being 31. Wednesday, we're going to have a partially cloudy day with the lowest being 42 and the highest being 46. Wednesday night is going to be a clear night, being the lowest at 24 and the highest being 31. Thursday, we're going to have a partially cloudy day with a 49 being the lowest and the 55 being the highest. And then on Thursday, we'll also have a partially cloudy night with a 29 being the lowest and the 36 being the highest. This is Amir Rodriguez with your weather here, and I'll be seeing you on Friday.
Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. The time is 9 a.m. You're listening to and watching Good Morning, Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. It's Monday the 25th. It's another week, another day. And depending on how you look at it, it's another shot at it. At what exactly? Well, at greatness, at success, at life, at everything that you're doing. So I hope that you guys are doing well, feeling well, rested, ready to go this week, ready to achieve great things and whatever you're doing. And if we can help you do that, you can send us an email to goodmorningaurora@gmail.com. Get to know us, and we will holler back at you. Before we go any further, let's give a shout out to all of the people. Sign Gypsy City of Lights. Good morning to you guys. They are a sign business, sign making business, and they do fantastic yard spreads. If you've ever seen any of the great names and great teams being represented in a front lawn, Sign Gypsies probably made those signs. So they do everything from athletic groups and kids to families too. So give them a shout out here on Good Morning Aurora, or on their Facebook page. Saul Olivas is here. Good morning to you, Saul Olivas. Daniel Calderon, of course, big dog, big brother. Good morning to you, Daniel. And Tracy Duran, good morning to you as well. Now we want to take a brief moment to say get better soon to Fox. Fox is our friend Ruby Sue's son, and he broke his clavicle, unfortunately, so he's resting up. And I remember when I was a kid, and I was sick and I was at home, I was watching Bob Barker, Price is Right. Yeah, now, getting better. Vicks Vapor Rub, put it right here. Yeah, no, but Fox, hope you feel better. Okay. Also, we want to say good morning to Luz, Elena Brambila Guerrero, and the Woodcrafters, Juan and Luz. Good morning to you guys as well. All right. So Amir is doing a really good job with the weather, and I want to give a shout out to Amir Rodriguez. Amir Rodriguez is our team member for West Aurora High School, so shout out to him. He's doing a really good job with the weather, you guys. Keep it up, Amir. Great things are happening. So when you see Amir on your screen, hit that like button. Get the likes up, okay? Now, we got a lot of news to talk about. A lot of things are going on, so we're going to dive right into the news. Alex, let's do the first two for our fantastic guests and listeners and viewers out there today. So this is very important, extremely important, for two reasons. Number one, Good Morning Aurora is here to give you the news you need to help elevate you and bring you up, right? That's the first aspect. Second part of this is that you'll notice that Weston Bridges is located and seen on this flyer. This is a career fair in conjunction with Weston Bridges, other great sponsors, to help people who have disabilities remain and become employed. So this is the Inclusive Career Fair. It's going to be April 16th from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. at the downtown branch of the Santori Public Library, Aurora Public Library, 101 South River Street, right across from Society 57. The Inclusive Career Fair is for workers of all abilities to connect with employers who demonstrate an inclusive culture and are seeking to add diverse talents to their workforce. Now, this is sponsored by AID, the Association for Individual Development. Lori Baker gets the shout out. Aurora Regional Chamber of Commerce, the City of Aurora Senior and Disability Services Group, and also the Aurora Advisory Commission on Disabilities. Now, what you need to do for additional resources, as you can see on the flyer, bring your resume for review, professional photos to update your LinkedIn profile, and be ready for some mock interview sessions. Mock interview sessions are really cool because here's the thing, one employer, he may do it one way, but another employer looking for different soft skills may present things in a different way. Hi, what's your name? Jim? Oh, great. Jim, why do you want to join our company? Jim, what are 3 things that you can do to improve our organization? That's boring. What if the interviewer wants you to detail how you would solve conflict between yourself and another employee? So be ready for that. Soft skills are very important. Once again, this is going to be April 16th from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. at the downtown branch of the Aurora Public Library, Santori. Be ready. All right. Now, very important. Alejandro Ibarra, my man Alex, good morning to you, big dog. Saul Oliva says, happy spring break to all the local school staff. Absolutely. Araya Swan, good morning. Okay, check it out. The Parent Power Center invites you to the spring event. El Centro de Padres con Poder los invita a su evento de primavera. Didn't know I could do that. I can. It's going to be the 28th, so that's just in a couple of days. It's going to be from 10 a.m. to noon at 850 Ridgeway Avenue in Aurora. That is the Parent Power Center for our friends of Kofi, Community Organizing Family Issues. So enjoy a morning full of family fun with us, games, crafts, raffles for the whole family, balloons, face painting, plants for the first families. Bring your basket to collect eggs. So once again, you have to register for this event. As you can see on the flyer, there's a QR code right up here in the top left. To RSVP by phone, you can call 630-692-3925. The number again is 630-692-3925. This is a really cool event, you guys, and please don't forget to support Kofi, big good friends of ours. All right. So, how was the weekend, guys? What did you do over the weekend? You guys can let us know that in the chat. Let us know how the weekend was for you. If you had a really good time, put that in the chat. If your weekend wasn't so good, put that in the chat as well. Everything matters here on Good Morning Aurora. I'm going to tell you guys a story about my weekend real quick, then we'll get back to more news. Jose Milagro Torres, good morning and God bless family. Right back at you. Jose Torres is a dear friend of ours. He is the pastor of Fresh Start City Church. If you are looking for a church home, 10 South Lancaster, that's Galena and Lancaster right there on the west side. Go holler at them. So leave a spring break. Right. Ruby Sue will be streaming vintage episodes of Wheel of Fortune today. That's a good show. I love me some Wheel of Fortune. And Creating Space Educational Services is excited to be here today. Yes, that's right. Our guest today is Lebia Chatman, founder, CEO, and all-around boss of Creating Space. You're going to learn all about that nonprofit today at the 8:30 at the 9:30 half. And good morning, Ruby Sue. Hope Fox feels better. Okay. My weekend was fantastic. I'm going to tell you all a story, right? Check this out. As we know, relations between the community and law enforcement have traditionally been, we'll say, strained, right? On the one hand, you have a citizenry or a public who feels like they don't get the best from law enforcement. And you have a law enforcement community that wishes that the community would help them more, right? We're just going to call it like it is. So I have a friend by the name of Daryl Pass. Daryl Pass is, he works for a company called the Kenneth Young Center. Now, what's impressive about Mr. Pass is that he struggled with addiction for 25 years. He now works for the Kenneth Young Center, and all of the work that he does is to uplift, strengthen, and indeed invigorate people who have been struggling from addiction to get them on the course to where they need to be in a better place in life. So he reaches out to me. He says, Curtis, would you moderate this event for me? I said, yeah. You know what the event was? It was a panel discussion with members of the Aurora Police Department, the Kane County State's Attorney, and the CLT, the Community Leadership Team, working with Kenneth Young to help bridge that gap and talk about restorative justice, talk about the Law Enforcement Assisted Diversion Program, LEAD, and the Kane County Collaborative Diversion Program as well. All of that happened in church just yesterday. Now, it was like 10, it was pretty early. It was like, well, like noon. It was like noon. It's noon. We're at church. We're getting this ready. And not knowing what to expect, I walk in here. I was ready to go. I had my questions. I had my flow. I had my format. I was ready to go. But you know what I was not ready for? I was not ready for how my message would be received by a room full of people, most of whom, well, a good number of whom didn't even know me. And I was nervous. I was a little bit apprehensive, but it really felt good to be able to just lend my little part to help make the conversation and the dialogue flow a little bit better. It was really cool. It was really a good time. They had food, and a lot of people came. A lot of people. The basement of this church, it's on Root Street. I can't think of the name of the church right now, but it's on Root Street. The basement of the church was packed. In fact, not only that, Mr. Young brought 25 kits. There were like 25 informational kits for the Kenneth Young Center, and some of those kits had just basic information and follow-up service contacts for people who are struggling with addiction. Do you know? We had a table full of them. I started talking. The whole event was like 2 hours. Do you know, at the end of the 2 hours, we looked on the back of the table, all the kits were gone. All the kits were gone. Not a single kit was left. That really felt good. That really felt good. So that's how my weekend was. But let me know how your weekend was, and we're going to get back to some news. I feel like I'm yakking all this time. The time is 9:11 a.m. You're listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast, and we're here to tell you some great things. Alex, can we hit him with another two-piece, big dog? Can we hit him with another two-piece? No fries, no fries. Okay, real quick. Melissa Cervantes says, I saw a streetcar named Desire at the Copley Theater, and it was amazing. Thank you for sharing that with us, Melissa. We appreciate that. Streetcar named Desire, you are the second person to tell me that it was a fantastic show. I encourage everyone to check out Streetcar named Desire. Stella! But who was the actor who played that, though? Tell me that. Okay. Luz says, I signed up. Jimmy Clark is here. DJ Spanky D, dear friend of ours. Natalie Bianchi, Natalie is here. I be calling her that. I know doggone well it's Bonner. Hey, Lebia. Hey, Curtis. Hey, Natalie. Talented 10 Social Services was definitely in the house as well at this fantastic event yesterday. It was a blessing. Shout out to Nick. Shout out to Natalie. Shout out to Investigator David Guevara. Shout out to Investigator Ariana Stone. Shout out to Brittany. It was a good time, man. It was a good time. We blessed. Okay. And Temple of God Church. Natalie, thank you so much. That's the name of it. Temple of God Church. Saul Oliva says, I had the opportunity to volunteer with Special Olympics Illinois Region C powerlifting competition. Great time for sure to support local athletes with the Aurora Police Department and the Citizens Police Academy alumni of Aurora. Well done, my brother. Well done, Saul. Well done. All right, back to the news. Society 57, as you guys can see on the screen here, a community canvas. This is going to be Friday, April 12th, an evening of celebration and inspiration at the Society 57 Gala. Tickets and more are available right now. You can see the QR code right there on the bottom right-hand corner. Society 57 is located at right across the street from the Aurora Public Library, River Street and Benton. Check it out. Good coffee. I hear the avocado toast is good. A brother ain't had it just yet, but if I do, I'll give you a breakdown on it. Once again, it's going to be Friday, April 12th, beginning at 7 o'clock p.m. Shout out to Society 57. Whew. All right. We're doing it with this news, y'all. We're doing it with this news. I hope you're feeling blessed and ready to go today. Time is 9:14. Social justice meeting with World Relief. Now, here's the thing about World Relief. World Relief is a great organization. Their office is right here in downtown Aurora. It's on LaSalle Street right there. It's right across from Durango. You know Durango on LaSalle Street? So get to know World Relief. World Relief does a whole lot in our community and beyond. Now, the Office of State Representative Barbara Hernandez has a social justice meeting with World Relief tonight, beginning at 5:30 p.m. The link to register is on this flyer. You can see the QR code right there. Now, join us at the next social justice meeting tonight, where we will have two special guest speakers, Cindy Fusick, Children and Youth Services Manager, and Basman Althman, Volunteer Mobilization Coordinator for World Relief, speaking on the immigrant and refugee services their organization offers. They will also introduce potential ways we can help support World Relief and the refugees in our community. Now, I'll tell you one way you can do that. By volunteering. Just like that. If you volunteer with World Relief and you're looking for something to do, they will put you in and you will get busy with World Relief. Now, this is going to be from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. tonight via Zoom. And shouts out to the Office of State Representative Barbara Hernandez for this. Once again, it's the social justice meeting tonight with World Relief. Alex, can we give them the one right after this? We can get them with, okay, thank you. Yeah, hit them with a 3-piece. After this. Now, this is important too. I wanted to bring this up as well. The time is 9:16, excuse me. So the Young Democrats of Kane County have a game night. I really want to highlight this for you guys because for the new generation of people looking to get involved in the community, if you're going to go from World Relief, if you interview or work with World Relief and you're looking for something else to get into, the Young Democrats of Kane County is a fantastic group. So game night. Join for board games, food and drinks, and meeting the e-board at the Kane Dems office, which is 473 Dunham Road, Suite 102 in St. Charles. This is going to be April 2nd at 7:30 p.m. Now, you can sign up for more updates. The link to do that, bottom right-hand corner, QR code is right there as well. The event's free, open to the public. And if you have any questions, you can email Casey at kaneyoungdems.com. Casey Fitzgerald is a great friend of ours. He's a wonderful young man. Please reach out to him if you're looking to get involved. Now, once again, it's going to be board games, food and drinks, and meeting the e-board game night, Young Democrats of Kane County. Stay tuned for that. Woo! Lord, so much news. Just so much news, right? It's so much news. We got a studio audience here, but you guys can't see them just yet. All right, let's go back to the chat. Heather Rainey, good morning to you as well. Happy Monday to you, Heather Rainey. Heather Rainey is one half of the husband and wife team of Rent-A-Chef. You can call them. They will come there. They'll party with you. They'll feed you. They're good people to know. All right, Aurea Swan, good morning. Josue Pais, good morning to you. Josue Pais is the man. He owns Harry Beast Dog Parlor. Get your dog up to shape, looking good for the summertime so you can walk your animal with confidence on the streets and make all of your neighbors jealous. Hey, girl, is that Keisha with the little Fluffy looking good? Oh, hey, look how little Fluffy doing. Ruff. It can happen. All right, Vanessa Ann Calderon, good morning to you. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Have a blessed week, everyone. Thank you very much for that, Vanessa. We appreciate that. We appreciate it very much. We appreciate that. Okay. Now, here's what we're going to do just real quick before we get back to the rest of the news. Alex, do you have this back there? The trivia question image. If you do, can you flash it on the screen for like 7 seconds? Look at that picture, y'all. Get that image in your mind right now. Look at that picture because it's going to come back to you. All right, Alex, that's enough for them. They don't need no more. Y'all saw that picture? Keep that image in your head. It's going to come back. Hold that down now. All right, Alex, let's hit him with the next two pieces of news. The time is 9:19 a.m. You are listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast, the only news show on earth that really cares about how you feel. So, with that as my own segue, Estate Planning 101, protect your family's future. Now, Thursday, April 25th is going to be this presentation from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. at the Oswego Public Library located at 32 West Jefferson Street. You have to RSVP by April 19th. Notice how underneath it says register today. Join for this complimentary seminar to learn more about what to consider when creating a personal plan to protect your family's future. This is presented by the Community Foundation of the Fox River Valley and Mickey Wilson Wheeler, Renzi Leonard, and Julian IPC and the Elder Law Center. So once again, it's going to be Thursday, April 25th from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. at the Oswego Public Library. Very important information for you to consider for you and your family's future. All right. Next up is Death's Defeat. Now, this is a presentation that will take place at Fresh Start City Church, 10 South Lancaster Avenue. Now, this is a Good Friday presentation. It's going to be March 29th at 7 p.m. 10 South Lancaster is Galena and Lancaster. This presentation is put on by, acted by, and presented by members of the church. A wonderful thing. So please come on out there. Fresh Start City Church has open doors. It's a safe space for you. It's a bilingual church as well. So if you're looking for a comfortable and safe place to worship, I encourage you to get in touch with Fresh Start City Church. All right. Now, next piece of news is Easter service just for kids. Silly Rabbit, Easter is for Jesus. Now, this is presented by Fresh Start City Church and Square One Kids, okay? Calling ages 5 through 12. Join Easter Sunday for an amazing Easter experience. Together, we will discover the true meaning of Easter. There will be fun learning activities, and every kid goes home with a special Easter surprise. Hope to see you there. This is going to be March 31st, starting at 11:30 a.m. at Fresh Start City Church. So please bring the kids out for this. It looks like it'll be a really great time. Time is 9:21 a.m. You're listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora. Now, our dear friends of Fox Valley Hands of Hope. If we could we get the second part of this so I can read the message just real quick, Alex, and then we'll bounce to the can. Do you get the second part? If not, I'll read it. That's all good. So this is going to be Sunday, April 28th from 4 to 7 p.m. I want to read you the message from the executive director. All right. Friends, I want to personally thank you for your support of Fox Valley Hands of Hope. You have helped provide hope and healing to so many in our community who are grieving. I am excited to invite you to our first annual Cuisine for a Cause event. It will be an amazing evening of food tastings from local chefs, a silent auction, live music, raffles, celebrity chef demos, a wine pull, and more. Please join us in expanding the impact of Fox Valley Hands of Hope through this inspiring night. And those words are from Jonathan Shively, the executive director. So the early bird rate ends on March 31st, and you can purchase tickets at cuisineforacause.net. Now, as you can see on the screen here, this is the first annual Cuisine for a Cause, a night of chef-created comfort food benefiting Fox Valley Hands of Hope. It's going to be at Company 251, which is 251 South River Street. Now, it's past McCarty Mills, you guys, like you're going to the FEC down there. Once again, it's going to be Sunday, April 28th from 4 to 7 p.m. All right. Now, this calendar that you see is the last shebang, indeed the last hurrah of events taking place at the Parent Power Center, 850 Ridgeway, and that's Kofi. We have the updated and ready to go April flyer, but just not in digital form. We should be receiving that today, and then we will put that out there for you guys. But the 28th is the last event that's going to be taking place at the center. Now, lunes, miércoles, y viernes, martes, and jueves, all different days of the week, and they have different times, as you guys can see there. 850 Ridgeway Avenue, 630-692-3925. And then we can move on to the Padres y Nami. My man. Okay, now check this out. And the time is 9:24. NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Health, offers support groups for people who are experiencing a mental illness who have a family member with mental health diagnoses. They are parents who are certified focused on the NAMI model. Now, this is important because every second and fourth Thursday of the month, this takes place from 6 to 8 p.m. Now, the opening hours for the Parent Power Center at 850 Ridgeway are as follows. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Tuesday and Thursday, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m., okay? Now, you can get in touch with these great folks and find them on Facebook by scanning the QR code that's at the bottom right-hand corner of this. NAMI and Kofi information will appear all the time on Good Morning Aurora, but it'll also appear on Buenos Dias Aurora as well. So when you see the Kofi stuff, please get involved with that. Take part. It's really, really important information, you guys. All right, time is 9:25 a.m. You are listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora. So before we go any further, I want to take a look at the chat and say hi to a person I just saw join us by the name of Mary Foltz. I just saw Mary Foltz the other day, as a matter of fact, at Family Dollar. Good morning to you, Mary Foltz. Karina Suarez-Darden is here. Amen. Yes, come as you are. Join us. It's going to be amazing. And Jen Mendoza is here. Good morning, friends. Hey, Lebia. You get a lot of shout-outs in the chat. Lou says, we want to donate 2 items for the silent auction. Please let us know where to go. Yes, thank you for reminding me about that, Ellen. I'll put you in touch with the people of Fox Valley Hands of Hope. So, couple things before we head to the commercial portion of the show and then talk to Lebia Chatman. Coming up very soon is going to be the Youth and Family Resource Fair, held by the City of Aurora Youth Services Department. That's going to be a big event. Coming up after that is going to be the City of Aurora's Youth Sports Fair. Both of those events, Good Morning Aurora will be at. We will be out there capturing interviews in the field for the Youth and Family Resources Fair. We will have our table set up, and we're going to be doing things this year in a far different manner. When you see the Good Morning Aurora table set up, come talk to some of the staff, and we'll be doing a mixture of things. We'll be scheduling people live in person for interviews here at the studio, or we will be conducting some one-on-one quick interviews about 10 to 15 minutes there at the events. So 2 ways for you to get involved, coming really strong this spring and summer. So when you see us out there, come say hi, come approach us. We don't bite, you know what I'm saying? And we'll chop it up with you and see what we can do to help spread and share your message or any message that's positive and makes the City of Aurora look and feel good. So come get ready to see us more and more in the community. All right. Time is 9:27 a.m. Right now, we're going to go to a commercial, and when we come back, we'll be speaking with Lebia Chatman. Stay tuned. Don't go away.
Imagine what's possible when a city makes an unprecedented investment, a commitment that reshapes a city's landscape forever, that equalizes economic opportunity, elevates education for all, empowers businesses, inspires collaboration between institutions, improves public services, and enhances the lives of every resident. Now, imagine that city is ours. We know it's possible because other cities have done it. Places like Longmont, Colorado, a community that leveraged its investment in municipal electricity and upgraded its substations to create a 17-mile fiber loop, delivering critical connectivity to the city's institutions, organizations, and small businesses, achieving an incredibly high adoption rate. And in Pharr, Texas, a border town of 80,000, voted the least connected city in America, invested in 700 miles of fiber, delivering broadband managed services that are enriching residents' lives. Cities, towns, and regions are stepping up all over America. There is no question that Aurora can and deserves to be America's next great smart city. But it's up to us. We have a responsibility we can't ignore to see everyone living in our city, regardless of economic status, having broadband services that are simple, efficient, safe, and powerful. Imagine children having safe internet access anywhere, never needing to connect outside of a fast food restaurant. Imagine every building in every neighborhood and retail outlet, new and old, modernized, intuitive, secure. Imagine exciting subscribers with the ultimate broadband experience and giving parents control over all of it. Imagine deploying cyberbullying protection that notifies parents throughout Aurora that their kids are being bullied and providing resources to protect them. Imagine a city with first responders seamlessly connected and with safer public spaces. Can you see this smart city? Can you see our future? We do. Aurora is ready for world-class connection that serves our residents, that helps businesses grow and unifies our community. Let's take this opportunity to give all of our residents, businesses, and community organizations the advantages that come with unrivaled broadband infrastructure and services. Let's come together and deliver a world where digital equity creates a city that is smarter, safer, and sustainable for generations to come.
Not your bank's top priority? Here at Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. No hidden fees or runarounds, but a true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. Whether you're opening your first account, found your dream home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have the financial solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank. Wintrust. Different approach, better results.
Different approach, different results. Wintrust is your bank. If you're looking for more information about Wintrust, we encourage you to follow them on Facebook and Instagram as well. The time is 9:31 a.m. and we are back. You are listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. So we are here today with friend of the show and our great guest, Lebia Chatman of Creating Space. How you feeling?
Good.
All right. I'm all right. Good to see you this morning. Good to see you. So you got the mic in a comfortable. There you go.
I think we're good.
Yeah, absolutely. So, the first time you and I met was at the Chamber of Commerce's Black History Month event, honoring some of the local heroes and businesses in the community doing their thing. You attended, asked some really good questions at the end. Now we're going to be learning about Creating Space. Tell us all about that nonprofit, its foundation, and how it started.
Well, I am the founder of Creating Space Educational Services. I have a stepson who has craniopharyngioma, which are tumors of the pituitary gland. And just seeing his struggles and everything he was going through, missing school, having one illness that created like a multitude of other illnesses, I realized over those years of watching what he went through, like how many kids were actually dealing with this. The hospitals are full of kids, their families and parents fighting this battle. And what I found interesting, but also sad, was that in Illinois, you only get 1 hour of instruction per day that you miss if you are considered homebound. And a lot of times since COVID, with the shortage, there's not even enough teachers to contract to go out and provide these services. So I realized there was this gaping hole in schools and hospitals and rehab facilities. There's just not enough support. If you work in a school, you're doing great work, keep going. I want to encourage all my teachers because it's truly hard right now to meet all the needs of all the students. So that's how this came to life.
Right. Now, I wonder too, have things gotten better in that situation since you created the organization? How's your stepson?
Oh, he's doing much better.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, he's been out of the hospital for months, which is way longer than he's been out in several years. So that's been a really positive experience for him. So that's amazing.
Good. And a positive experience for yourself. I notice whenever you talk about Creating Space, you light up.
Yes.
You light up.
Yes. I love helping kids. I love helping families. This is my passion. This is my heart work.
Yeah.
I was a teacher for over a decade. I'm not going to say how many years because I feel like I'm going to age myself. But yeah, I was a teacher for over a decade. And that's just always been my passion is helping. And so seeing this need that we have in the community and everywhere, really, I was just really motivated. And there are a lot of people working with the Talented 10th, collaborating with APS as well on creating programs to also help kids who are impacted by the pandemic. So our mission is actually expanding right now into like literacy programs and doing more collaborative projects within the community, because there's such a need. We're seeing kids with a lot of delays, a lot of difficulties catching up and reading, and the school just can't meet the demand with the behaviors and the SEL needs in the amount of time. Teachers are very overwhelmed. I was there a few months ago, so I totally understand. As well as just, trying to provide more opportunities to help kids get caught up through tutoring services and programs.
Well, that's why as I told you the day we met, I respect that. I really respect what you're doing, because we've talked a lot on this show. People watch and know it's what happens to the people who fall between the cracks. What happens to them? Everybody needs to be able to be reached and to be helped where applicable. So no, I really applaud those efforts. That's really good to see. Interestingly enough, I do hope that in the near future you're on the next panel, and we chop it up with you. I know you will.
That'd be fun. That would be fun.
Now you have a 5K coming up. Tell us about that.
Yes. So the 5K was actually inspired because I saw my friend start a nonprofit called Fighting Cancer Today, and she hosts a nonprofit every year called Race for Life. Okay. And so seeing their journey and like how she brought community together through this race, I was like, hey, Creating Space should do an inaugural 5K.
Right.
So that really was the inspiration for that, because that will bring out vendors, kind of get the word out, and also encourage us to get moving and get active. I know COVID, most of us were kind of like stuck in the house. I gained a lot of weight during COVID too. So getting back active, getting back out there is really important, I think, as a community, and also encouraging kids to come out of all ability levels and of all ages to be a part of this event too. So we are making a call for vendors. If you would like to sign up to have a table or a tent and sell goods or promote your services or products, that would be great. You can do that at creatingspaceeducationalservices.com.
Okay. Now, where are you guys at on social media?
We're at Creating Space Educational Services. You should find us on Facebook, Creating Space Education on Instagram. I just kept it for the website, the full name, because when I would shorten it, no one could find it. So it's creatingspaceeducationalservices.com.
Okay. All right. Good to know. Good to know. Now, the call for vendors is open for the 5K.
Yes.
Is there a flyer for the
Yes.
Okay.
There is a flyer on our Facebook.
All right.
I'm in the comments of this live, so if you click on our page, you'll see the Facebook link to sign up for the race, and you'll see the flyer that you can share, or to sign up to be a participant or a vendor.
Okay. So in your time within education, prior to what you're doing now, what are some of the things that you saw that that you felt as a teacher should be addressed, could be addressed? And have you seen any, and what's the movement been like? I mean, now we had a pandemic, which didn't happen before, but what has the movement been like? And have you seen any besides what you're doing, obviously, what's the progress that's been made?
I think there's a lot of educators pushing for change. It is complicated to make change because you can't just do whatever you want. Like, there are limitations, right? You have limitations from the district level, at the administrative level, but you have to remember that a school is essentially a business. And so sometimes, even though our heart is in it and we have this passion, but there are a lot of educators doing good work in their classrooms, who are working very hard despite feeling burnout, despite feeling overwhelmed. Right. They are doing whatever they can within the confines of the system to provide students with the maximum opportunity to learn and to get caught up for those students who are falling behind. So I think there's a lot of progress being made. There's a lot of good work being done, but there's also a mass exodus of educators. Like, a lot of us are leaving, a lot of those that care and our heart is in it, and we always have wanted to do the work, are having to exit due to the burnout and the mental health concerns that are happening in the schools. Wow.
And what school district did you teach in?
I was in 308 previously.
Okay. What school district is that?
Oswego.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't know my numbers. Not
yet.
No,
that's okay.
I just know
it's confusing. It's confusing.
I know 204, 129, 131. Yeah, 308, yeah.
Yes,
Oswego.
yes.
Yeah,
And I think these issues are not unique to one district. Honestly, it's nationwide. Like the pandemic really wreaked havoc on the emotional health and well-being of our kids. And I think that we're not talking about their mental health needs enough. So seeing all the work being done in Aurora that's helping kids too, like AMOU, they have after school programs. Rick Rogers has been a great mentor since I left education and helping me understand how to structure my nonprofit and things like that. And Natalie with Talented 10th as well. They've really been amazing in just showing me like how this works, developing the different programming and how to make an impact, because you have to go about it various ways. It's not a linear approach.
All right.
So I think all of that in collaboration with families and schools, I think that, we're going to see positive change.
How can we help you? How can the listeners help you?
Well, you can always help nonprofits by donating to our causes and signing up for the 5K, supporting our missions. I'm also hosting a literacy camp April 13th. It's going to be a 6-week intervention camp for students who are behind in reading and need help with phonological awareness. So if you visit creatingspaceeducationalservices.com, I'm hosting that camp in collaboration with APS at the APS Tower in downtown Aurora. So if you know anyone who needs support with reading, small, young kids, elementary, primary age, please sign up. Please send it to families who you know might need support. If they cannot afford the fees associated with the camp, please reach out to us. Send us an email. We have contact forms on our website because we really are looking to help families in any way that we can. So we will work with you.
Good to know. Good to know. Okay, the time is 9:41 a.m. You're listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. Now, tell us about Moment for Me, branding and publishing.
Oh, you threw that in there. Okay.
Didn't
nice.
know that was coming.
I didn't know that was coming. I thought we were only talking about creating space. Okay. Well, I am I'm also the founder of Moment for Me Branding and Publishing, which is a for-profit company. Moment for Me Branding and Publishing came about in 2017. I started journaling and writing prose, and that ended up becoming a book that I published, and I've since published 4 books, and I've helped numerous clients publish or coach them on writing or help them with their branding needs if they're a consultant. So that's a big part of my life and my story right now, is helping other people who are passionate like me about starting businesses and starting brands and kind of demystifying the process of branding, because it feels very daunting, and some of these companies are honestly taking advantage of people. And so I wanted to be a source of support and help for those that just really have a passion, that we talked about being kept up at night by a dream or a passion. You're just like, I can't stop thinking about this idea. I can't stop. I have this vision, right? This larger than life goal. And so I really want to help those that have this vision and have this larger than life goal really put themselves out there, start a website, get on social media, create a strategy, right? Because branding, you need a strategy. That's one thing that's a lot of people don't understand. They just kind of, I just sell products at the market on weekends. That's cool, but if
the logo looks dope, like
right. So they go out and spend $750 on a logo with no brand strategy, no marketing, no plan. And so I really want to help people. And really, this came about for single mothers, because when I started Moment for Me Branding and Publishing, I was going through a divorce. It was a really difficult time in my life, and I just decided to create something for single moms mainly. And I work with everyone now. I help men who are starting businesses and women, but it's really for single mothers, to help them with their dreams to just go for it. So
now cards on the table. The reason why I asked you about Moment for Me branding is because it is important to you, and it does mean a lot. And on a personal level, I feel like that is just as significant as everything else you're doing, because that, it's one thing to be helping people achieve their goals. But I don't think enough people understand that, like, to even get to the point where you're trying to start a nonprofit and you're doing these things, that you got people coming in the door, like, nobody wakes up with the assumption that I'm going to try it and it's going to be easy. I know it had to be tough to get that off the ground. That matters. That's just as strong as creating space. I see the two as synonymous.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, no doubt. So kudos to everything that you've done with that, because for so many people who are trying to do something, they need to hear that story. They need to hear the why. Everybody has a why. Mike Gonzalez, my dear friend. Good morning to you, Mike Gonzalez. Mike Gonzalez, you can find him DJing, holding it down at O'Malley's all the time. All right, 9:44 is the time. Nancy Viv, good morning to you as well. So now, what we've done, I think one of the strengths that Aurora has had recently, like last 5 years now, is that so many people who have the good ideas are working together. I see collaboration getting a lot stronger. Talented 10, Aurora Chamber of Commerce. I mean, it's I can just name the people, you know, Jim Mendoza. I can just name the people now. I feel that is getting better than it used to be. Collaboration. I feel people are working together a lot more. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I would have to agree. Being new to this space, I just have honestly been working in my branding business and the nonprofit for 6 months. And the amount of mentorship that I feel like I've received, Jen at the Chamber has been very helpful as well. Natalie actually introduced me to you, so that's been very...
That's right.
Yeah, thanks, Natalie.
Natalie, shout out, yeah.
She's very good at
now.
making connections and emailing and CCing another person on the email and connecting people. And that's really powerful. That's very profound as a new person. Nonprofit world overall, a lot of people are competing for the same funding. So you want to definitely form strong partnerships and not feel that competition, but more of that collaboration. And I will say, with a lot of the opportunities that are coming down the pipeline, people even opening up like APS Tower, allowing us to collaborate along with Talented 10 to create a program to host there. I mean, what an opportunity, right? As a new startup grassroots nonprofit. Natalie's got skin in the game, but I'm very new to this. So having an opportunity where someone's like, hey, I believe in this mission. This sounds cool. Come in without all these like crazy, overhead fees and things like that. It's just been a real blessing. And I see it. I definitely see like a lot of collaboration. I think it's been very welcoming on a lot of levels. So
Good. No,
I appreciate that.
No, I'm glad to know that, because I've been trying hard to get more people to see that. Even in personal conversations I have with people, people reach out to me, yo, could I chop it up with you about this? And I always try to let people know, like, yeah, look, the idea is cool, right? The flyer's ready. I'm feeling that. But like, get out of the mindset of competition. Open yourself up, be receptive to whatever the idea is. Take that constructive criticism. Let's not always approach things like we got it down pat and we know what we're going to do, because you might not. When we were talking right now, so the story I was telling about my weekend, with Natalie being there, as I explained to the listeners and everything, like I wasn't nervous per se, but I was like slightly apprehensive. Out of this, there was like a bunch of people that I knew, like 10% of the people there. So it was really refreshing to have Natalie and some other people hit me up after, like, hey, good job today. You did a great job, and, keep open for the future and other great things. So that kind of stuff is important. Okay, the time is 9:48 a.m. So now we talked about how we started. What's the future look like for what we're doing? What's the next 5 years look like?
Ooh, so
you weren't ready for these questions,
was ya? This is real. Hitting you with a 1-2 today. I'm not mad at it though. It's okay. It's making me think on the spot, keeping me quick on my feet. Honestly, I want there to be a creating space program in like all major cities in the U.S. Like, if I could populate this, because there's a need everywhere. And with us expanding into these like literacy programs, and collaborating with programs like Dream Scribers and adding like a phonological teaching component to that. it's just going to be really strong and really exciting. And so to take this to different cities and give more families an opportunity to benefit, because we also do tutoring. Like if your child just needs like a math tutor or a reading tutor, if maybe they're not struggling, maybe they just want, maybe you just want some enrichment or to keep them on the right pace or to further them along. We are an organization of teachers, of educators. So at the heart of this, we want to further that mission of educating throughout different populations, throughout different communities. So keeping Aurora as our home base, of course, this is where we're starting. But my vision for this is so much larger than just what I'm doing right now. I really want this to grow. And I didn't know nonprofits could become like international organizations and globally recognized. But you think of like Red Cross, right? Like who doesn't know these organizations? They're globally recognized. So if creating space educational services could, grow legs and get more life breathed into it and just become an internationally recognized organization that supports kids who are homebound and supports all kids with academics, that would be amazing.
Absolutely. Yeah, you got to think big. You got to think big. I was telling we got a new team member who just joined recently. I was telling her, she was like, people in Batavia, they'd listen to Good Morning Aurora, but how often do they come out to think like it's all good? Cast the net wide.
Yeah.
Throw the net. And then you reel it in. Right? We're not just fishing in my little pond. No.
Right.
Throw it out there.
Yep.
Think big.
That's the
Think
goal.
large. You bigger and larger and doper than what you're doing right now. The time is 9:50. Okay. Saul Olivas says collaboration with each other is source of power to help our community. Absolutely. Gilbert Darnell Cantavi, good morning to you as well. I'm feeling all of it. The next question I had, I'm sorry I got off track with Saul's question or a comment there. Other events that you have coming up and different things that you have, like for the 5K, what's the date of that?
Oh, the 5K is going to be June 22nd.
June 22nd.
June 22nd at 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at Wabansie Lake Park in Aurora. That's off of Cotts Road, I believe.
Okay. And then we can come out and check that out on that day. And I think that'd be really cool to see, make some footage, Yeah, take some footage of that. Now, if we can help you in any other way, please feel free to reach out as we go and everything, because, we'll be supporting you and shouting you out from the rafters as this thing grows, man. So, I look forward to it. Now, you're working with Natalie. You're working with Ricky Rogers, African American Men of Unity, and working with APS, right? Was there a schedule for the APS stuff that you had coming up?
Yes. So that's on the website now as well. So that's going to be starting April 13th.
Okay.
And what that looks like is it's going to be an intensive intervention camp focused on early literacy skills. Letter sounds, that's that phonemic awareness piece. That's going to run for 6 weeks. It's going to be for 90 minutes in the morning. Just intensive. Me and another instructor are going to be leading that camp. And that's going to run from April 13th. I want to say the last day is May 20th, that Saturday. So it can end before Memorial Day.
Okay.
Because a lot of the kids are coming out of school. So we want to continue camps like that. This is kind of our pilot camp, but we are an experienced group of teachers and educators who have designed this camp, and we're very excited about it. We know that it's going to do great things for kids. And again, don't let the fees discourage you. Like if your child needs help in reading and you're like, okay, it's 6 sessions for $275 and I just don't have that right now, reach out to us. Let's work out a payment plan. Let's do a sliding scale, because we truly want to help kids who are having a hard time right now or who just want some extra support to keep moving in the right direction.
All right. Very well said. Very well said. 9:53 is the time. Where were you born and raised?
Waukegan, Illinois.
Waukegan, Illinois. Okay. Shout out Waukegan.
Shout out to Waukegan.
I know very little. I was in the Navy, so I got familiar with Waukegan just being in close.
Yep, yep. You were in North Chicago though. That ain't Waukegan.
No, it's not.
The same.
No, not at all. Not at all.
No offense to North Chicago, but no, it's not the same.
Well, and to be, you're right though. But also, North Chicago is not the north side of Chicago.
No,
North Chicago is its own little, like, it's so obscure.
Yeah,
It's
you're like, oh, North Chicago, okay.
Yeah,
it's like no, it's not Uptown. Don't confuse it with Uptown. This is not that.
Yeah, that and you got West Chicago. See, like, it's a little town.
Yeah.
It's a little.
I worked in West Chicago for a while.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's how I got
friend who
familiar
was
with Waukegan. Waukegan was cool though.
It's
Waukegan
cool.
was cool.
Honestly, Waukegan is the reason why I have the lens that I have. It's the reason why I'm bilingual. It's the reason that I'm so comfortable walking in any room, in any space with different groups of people. I would not have the cultural lens that I have on life, even with teaching kids. Like, I'm comfortable with all kids. I've been exposed to everything, every language, and that's from growing up in Waukegan. So I have to thank us for that.
Okay, shout out Waukegan. Cindy Morales is here. Good morning to you, Cindy Morales. Cindy Morales is the founder of Pop of Love. So get to know Pop of Love here on Facebook and Instagram. If your party needs a little bit of pizzazz to it, a little pixie dust, go ahead and hit up Pop of Love. Okay, Saul Oliva says a Spanish camp would be very beneficial in this area. Just something to think about.
It's coming.
Okay.
That's already on the
okay.
That's on the agenda. But I like that. I like how you're thinking, because we're truly, I was a dual language teacher for a number of years, so I'm very passionate about bilingualism. Yeah.
So Saul Olivas in particular, his mind is moving in the same direction. He is a teacher. He is an educator, lifelong educator, and school board member for District 131. So the man
Send me an email.
The man is swimming, breathing, and living the educational.
He'd be an awesome support
lifestyle.
System for our. We could use additional board members. We could use additional volunteers. We are a grassroots startup organization. So if you are passionate and you want to lead the way with that Spanish piece, please send me an email, creatingspace@lebiachatman.com, LEBIACHATMAN.com. But feel free to reach out. We're always looking for support, instructors, those with a strong background in education, and most importantly, a passion for helping children and families. So if you have that passion for helping children and families, which it sounds like he does, we're more than open to some more collaboration.
When you came on here earlier, you said you was nervous. You don't seem nervous no more. I mean,
I'm telling you. I was sitting over there with dry mouth, lotion in my elbows, making sure I'm good.
Okay, the time is 9:56. Well, this was a fantastic interview, and I want to reiterate to you, I'm glad to have met you.
Thank you. Appreciate you, Curtis.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So we'll stay in touch. Flyers and stuff like that, send it to a brother. We'll make sure that we put them on the show here. If anything that you heard today in this interview interests you, I encourage you to please reach out to Creating Space here on Facebook, also on Instagram. Check out the website, and if you want to get connected, send us an email or a DM, and we'll be sure to connect you guys as well. Last question. The show ends on a positive note.
Okay.
What is your message today? Hold on. Don't forget tonight, Harry Beast Dog Radio from 8 p.m. playing classic hip-hop island beats. That's right. So let me just say this real quick before I get to the last question. Harry Beast Dog Radio every Monday night. Tune in. Check it out. Facebook. My boy, DJ Venom, Josue Pais, hosts that. Check it out. I even did a freestyle on it once upon a time, too. Harry Beast Dog Radio. You heard about it here. The show ends on a positive note. What is your message today to the listeners, viewers, and people of Aurora?
If I could sum it up, I would have to say, don't give up on yourself. Don't discount yourself. Even when nobody's listening, even when you feel like nobody's watching, just keep going. Just keep moving forward, because you never know who you're going to inspire, whose life you're going to change. As far as the nonprofit, what child you're going to help, what family's going to benefit from your services and from your vision. As far as the branding, what business owner you're going to help and inspire. If you're a writer, you never know how your words are going to inspire someone. Even if you are, have 5 followers, avoid comparison. Comparison is the thief of joy. So run your race at your own pace and hold your lane.
Absolutely. That's right. That's the message right there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Mike Gonzalez, of course, you can be a guest on this show, man. What kind of question is that? I'm going to holler at you when we see each other again, brother. I'll reach out in the DMs. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you guys have a blessed, positive, motivated day and week. Good Morning Aurora is proud to represent the city of Aurora with news, weather, and the very best of Aurora. So tomorrow I will be doing the weather for you guys. Okay, Amir returns on Friday. Hopefully, if Fox is feeling better, then Ruby can make her debut back to the weather here sometime, maybe Wednesday or Thursday or something like that. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, do what you can for another person to bring them up to the same level to make sure that we all can make it to the finish line in this thing we call life. Be blessed. Take care of yourself and each other.
Rise and shine. Pour yourself a cup of coffee and tune in to Good Morning Aurora. News, weather, and really cool interviews. Monday through Friday from 8 to 9 a.m.